P.J. O'Rourke is known as a world-renowned comedian and political satirist. He is considered one of the most influential yet controversial journalists in American history. O'Rourke was always a dedicated English student in school and decided to pursue his interest in the language when he attended Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. He then continued his education and obtained his graduate's degree at Johns Hopkins University. His success in English was what piqued his interest and gave him the impetus to study journalism and consider it as a potential career path. After graduating college, O'Rourke began working at small newspaper companies in both New York and Baltimore. This eventually led him to the National Lampoon during the 1970s. After proving his interest and appetite for journalism, he was promoted to editor-in-chief at the National Lampoon. This publication was a humor magazine that ran from 1970 to 1999. It contained numerous parodies that pushed the social standard, and they were often deemed inappropriate. This is where O'Rourke made a name for himself and demonstrated his unique sense of humor. After his career began to blossom, O'Rourke went on to publish several books and other pieces, some of his most famous being Holidays in Heck, Don't Vote, It Just Encourages the Bastards, Eat the Rich, Give War a Chance, Parliament of Whores, and Republican Party Reptile. A die-hard Republican, O'Rourke is known for expressing crude and sometimes unpopular views. For O'Rourke, obscene language was never a concern, and therefore many considered censoring his work. In an interview with CBS, broadcasters questioned whether or not they could say the title of his book on air. O'Rourke responded with a witty comment.
Yeah, we had a little debate before we went on the air whether we can say my book title on the air, but I think when you call a politicians bastards, considering the other things you could call them, I think we're safe.
O'Rourke explores dark themes in his novel Holidays in Heck, yet he does not lose his sense of humor, even when discussing his diagnosis of anal cancer. He said, quote, I was naked a lot in the 1960s, but not that naked, end quote. He also states his opinion on opiates distributed to cancer patients. Quote, Opiates are a blessing and a revelation. Now, when I see people in Skid Row nodding in doorways, I am forced to question myself. Have they, maybe, chosen a reasonable response to their condition in life? End quote. Not every journalist is gutsy enough to so blatantly state his opinions as O'Rourke does. He claims to only be a social conservative because he is a parent.
I'm a social conservative only in the sense that I'm a parent. I got 3 children, and that makes you a social conservative. I'm not a social conservative on a theoretical level.
O'Rourke respects a balance between the government and the people. He said that power is something transferred amongst the two, but not something that is created specifically for the two.
Power. We can make more of everything. We can even, per the Netherlands, make more land. We can't make more power. When I have power, it's power that I take away from you and from everybody else.
P.J. O'Rourke is characterized by his wits, which sets him apart from any other journalist, and makes him one of the most influential of his time. For Soft Serve News, I'm Emily Rathburn.